What's eating my vegetables is the topic of another of the presentations here at the West Central Research and Outreach Center in Morris. And Annie Claude from the University of Minnesota Extension Service is with us. And your name is?
Natalie Hoytel.
Okay, Natalie. You don't have a name tag, and so it's tougher for us announcers. Everybody should have name tags, you know. So what's eating my vegetables? Annie, go ahead. What was your presentation about?
Yeah, isn't that always the question of what's wrong with my vegetables? What's eating them? So this time of the year, there's a lot of insects around. There's a lot of diseases affecting our vegetables. And so when gardeners go out to their garden, sometimes they go, what's wrong with my plants? And so our job today was to help people understand how to figure out what's wrong with your plants and then figure out what to do about that.
Okay, let's start at step one.
All right, so first you need to figure out, is this a disease? Is this an insect? Is this a nutrient problem? Sometimes people forget that there can be things wrong with your soil that can be impacting your plants and causing problems. So first you need to identify what kind of problem we're dealing with. And one way that we like to recommend doing that is to use an online tool that we have at the University of Minnesota called What's Wrong with My Plant. This is a really great tool where you can go out to your garden, look at what's wrong, and then you can match that with pictures that you see on this tool, and it'll tell you, like, all right, if you have spots on your beets, you can look at that online and it'll tell you what it might be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How about insects then?
Actually, the exact same tool.
Okay.
So you use that what's wrong with my plant, and sometimes it's hard to tell. Again, Annie was mentioning sometimes it's a nutrient deficiency, sometimes it's a disease, and so that's a tool where you can say, I want to know why there are spots on my broccoli.
Okay.
And it'll give you a kind of a whole range of options and photos, and all of that is embedded into the algorithm. So whether it's a disease, whether it's a nutrient issue.
Okay, and gives you
Figure it
some
out.
solutions on what to do with it then.
Yeah.
Okay. What's bugging people this year?
Flea beetles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
What are flea beetles? What do they look like?
they're very small and they're black.
Mhm.
And if you touch them, they're kind of hard. And so flea beetles like to fly around your vegetable plants, and they like to eat little tiny holes in the leaves of those plants.
Oh, okay. Sounds kind of like the thing that gets my raspberries later in the year. Or maybe not? Okay.
I think that might be something else.
I might have to go to the website there, I think.
Yeah, you might need to go to What's Wrong with My Plant and find
Yeah.
out. I think
Okay.
that might be Japanese beetles.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's not Japanese beetles. I don't know what
Not?
those look like, the little ladybugs, right?
No, those are Asian lady
Oh,
beetles.
those- okay.
Yeah, Japanese beetles are big, black, and kind of metallic.
Okay.
Yeah, so that might be,
Okay.
maybe.
Flea
Okay.
beetles are teeny tiny, so Japanese beetles are probably at least 10 times the size of a flea beetle.
Do they have a favorite vegetable they like to hit?
Japanese beetles or flea beetles?
The flea beetles.
The flea beetles love plants in the brassica family, so broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, all those plants.
Okay.
Japanese beetles eat everything.
Anything else you want to let us know about?
Let's see, well, if people are noticing that the leaves on their vegetable plants are discolored, or that they're having issues, maybe their plants aren't growing as fast as they'd like them to, people can submit a soil test. You can test your soil to see if your soil is healthy enough for your plants. You can see how much nutrient you have in your soil, like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. You can check the organic matter of your soil, which is important for plant health, and you can check the pH of your soil. And if all of those things are good, then you're ready to get gardening, but it'll tell you if there's things you need to do for your garden to make it healthier.
Mm-hmm. With the wet weather this year, are there some unique problems?
Definitely. So we've had in the southern half of Minnesota about 200% more rain than an average year. And so that means disease pressure is a bit higher. Usually in July we have these periods of drying out, and instead we're seeing pretty heavy rainfall every couple of days. And so diseases are doing really well. Also the flooding, obviously, I think we've all been noticing that when plants are in flooded soils, they can't access oxygen, and so they can't take up nutrients, and often they die. They wilt and die, which is a little bit contradictory that plants wilt in too much water. But definitely the water has been a challenge for everybody.
Yeah, and out here spring was really late.
Yeah.
So it was tough. All right, what's the website again for more information on identifying these things eating our vegetables?
Yeah, it's called What's Killing My Kale. So if somebody goes online and they search for University of Minnesota, What's what's wrong with my plant.
Okay.
I just misspoke because we have a podcast called What's Killing My Kale.
Oh, okay.
But the
Which you can
diagnostic
find on iTunes.
yeah.
Okay, there's another
But
plug.
the diagnostic tool we were talking about is called University of Minnesota What's Wrong with My Plant.
All right.
I would also say connect with your master gardeners. There are master gardeners in every county who are super helpful. They can help you diagnose things. They can help you understand your soil test. So if you want to talk to a person,
Yep.
talk to your master gardeners.
They're going to be at the Stevens County Fair here in a couple of weeks, so they're going to be
awesome.
accessible besides. So, Annie and Natalie, thank you.
Thank you.